What's up, everybody? This is Motor Racing Podcast. Kevin, what's up?
Not much, buddy. Ready for a weekend full of racing.
You know it. So, tonight, we put our 10-minute segments in effect. So, starting now, it is the points. So, we're going to start with the Craftsman Truck Series points first. We'll just go trucks, Xfinity Cup, how it normally is, okay?
All right.
My lord. Oh, that's right. We are approaching the anniversary of the Hendrick plane crash.
Oh, are we really?
Let's see. Standings right now. Current standings for the Truck Series. Your overall points leader is Corey Heim. Ty Majeski is in second. Tyler Ingram is third. Taylor Gray is fourth. Roger Caruth is fifth. Christian Eck is sixth in points. We got Nicholas Sanchez seventh in points. Matt Crafton eighth in points. And you got Grant Finger in ninth. Tanner Gray in 10th. Ben Rhodes in 11th. And I think the cutoff for the playoffs is 12th position. Is that correct? Or is it 10 drivers is it 10 drivers for the truck or 12 for the truck?
I believe it's 12.
Okay, and then it's what, 14 for the Xfinity?
Yes.
Okay. Let me double check. I can actually do that.
Update on Xfinity qualifying. Brandon Jones takes pole. I'm not sure how many more cars we got qualifying. We've got Ryan Seagat on the track right now.
Damn. That's crazy. So it's been crazy, with all these changes and different manufacturers winning, Ford not winning. It's been a crazy season so far.
So far, yeah, we would expect, we'd expect Ford not to be having all the issues that they're having. I mean, especially at tracks like Daytona, where typically you see Fords out front. I mean, almost the whole race.
Mm-hmm.
And from there, they've done nothing but struggle.
Mm-hmm.
So it's surprising to see the problems out of the Fords, but it's also surprising to see the domination by the Toyotas here lately too, though.
Mm-hmm. So, on looking, it is 10 drivers for the truck.
10 for truck, 12 for Xfinity.
12 for Xfinity, and then 16 for Cup. Okay. So, currently, your top 10 playoff drivers would be who I mentioned, Corey Heim down to Tanner Griffin, Ben Rhodes looking in, and Brett Holmes looking in on the bubble.
Yeah.
So far, if the class was start now, that would be your 10 playoff drivers. A lot of surprises in there. Taylor Gray in the 17, and then Tanner Gray in the 15. Some surprises in there so far. All right, and then for the owners, Tricon Garage is leading the manufacturers with Spire Motorsports second, ThorSport Racing in third. So the number 11 for the Tricon is first. The 7 of Spire Motorsports is second, and the 98 of Ben Rhodes is third. Or is that Ty Majeski? I always get those two confused.
99 of Ben Rhodes.
Okay, so the 98 is Ty Majeski. Okay, I always get those two trucks confused. Why? I have no clue. And then your manufacturing, Chevrolet leads with 4 wins so far this season. All right, moving on to Xfinity, where we're going to announce the top 12. That would be so far what would be considered the playoff drivers. Right, I don't know where Ding Dong Poop is, but it's whatever. Let's see. Chandler Smith, Austin Hill, Cole Custer, Jesse Love, Riley Herbst, AJ Allmendinger, Justin Allgaier, Parker Klingerman, Sammy Smith, Brandon Jones, Sheldon Critter, Anthony Alfredo will round out your top 12 for the playoffs. And Shane Van Gisbergen would be on the outside looking in, sitting in 13th.
See, I'm surprised that Shane's not a little further up in points, which I know, he was able to hop into one of the Cup cars, but the way the Cup cars are set up now is pretty much almost the same way that the Super cars are set up. So, I mean, he is a completely different car. He's not used to the H pattern whatsoever. I believe the H pattern is why he had so much trouble at COTA.
Right.
And then
he's had three top 10s this year, so
I mean, he's not doing bad.
No.
He's just not up there where I thought we might see him, just because of his runs that he had in Cup last year. He had in 2 starts, he had 1 win, and then I believe he finished in the top 10 or top 12 at the Indianapolis Road Course. So, like I said, for him to come in and not be running at least in the top 8 is a little surprising. Big surprise, Parker Kligerman, man. He's the adjustments and the advancements that team has made in one off season. Parker, they were just gaining speed towards the end of the season last season, and so far, every week that they've unloaded, Parker Kligerman has had speed. They've had opportunities to win races, and I think Pit Road has caused some of those. I think Parker should have had at least 2 wins already. But whatever's going on with that team, it's positive and it keeps going forward. So I would not be hesitant to say that Parker Kligerman makes it to the championship 4.
True. All right, and then your top 3 owner points so far is the 81 of Joe Gibbs Racing, the 21 of Joe Gibbs. I was about to screw that all up. The 21 of Richard Childress Racing and the 00 of Stuart Haas Racing. So not a bad. Basically, your top 6 is Gibbs, RCR, Stuart Haas, JGR, RCR, Stuart Haas. In that order. So your top 6 is a battle between Joe Gibbs Racing, RCR, and Stuart Haas Racing. That is your top 6 of owner points.
So with the owner's points are on that aspect of it, are we looking at another year of the Big 3?
Possibly.
I mean, look, Chandler Smith, he won at Richmond, got his 2nd win of the season so far. The 81 has been phenomenal this year. Eric Amarola has had speed. I mean, I believe he should have won at Richmond, but with the way that caution and stuff, the way the end of the race played out, it just didn't go in his favor. But JGR has had speed, but it's been, I don't know.
But and then in your manufacturer, you got Toyota leading Chevrolet by 4 points.
So that's a close battle.
So 3 Toyotas, 3 wins for Toyota, and 3 wins for Chevrolet, and 0 wins for Ford.
Just like the Cup Series, man.
Yep.
So that brings to the point. I know that Don had said something Tuesday about, what if it's the new bodies on the Fords? But I think that just proves that it's not, because the body on the next gen car compared to the Xfinity car is completely different. And in both series, Ford is having trouble. I believe Ford is running 3rd in manufacturer in the Truck Series as well.
True.
So Ford's having issues across all 3 series, not just Cup.
That is very true. So 15 seconds of this 10-minute segment. We'll go ahead and go a minute over. Here's your top 16 for the Cup Series. Mark Truex Jr. leads. Kyle Larson, Denny Hamlin, Ty Gibbs, Ryan Blaney, Christopher Bell, William Byron, Chase Elliott, Ross Chastain, Tyler Reddick, Alex Bowman, Chris Buescher, Kyle Busch, Bubba Wallace, Daniel Suarez, Brad Keselowski, and John Hunter Nemechek sitting on the outside of 16. Your owners championship, you got Joe Gibbs Racing, the number 19. The 19 is leading the owners points with the number 5 in second, and the 11 and 54 in third and fourth. Manufacturer wise, you have Chevrolet leading it with 4 wins this year over Toyota, down who's two points behind Chevrolet, with Ford sitting in third, minus 28 points. So it's like you said, it begs the question, what's going on with Ford this year? But that can be a discussion here in just a couple of minutes. So we're going to move on to our second 10-minute segment, which is preview weekend. We've got the USFs in New Orleans with Ava Dobson. We have Formula One in Japan, and we have NASCAR currently in Martinsville, all 3 series. So right now, your Martinsville schedule is, you've got the Truck Series tomorrow night. Tonight.
No, Truck Series.
Yes, the Truck Series tonight at 7:30. You've got the Xfinity Series tomorrow night at 7:30. And then you have a day race for
Cup Series.
And then you got the Cup Series at 3 p.m. Why couldn't they made it a Sunday night race? That would have been sweet. Honestly, when Martinsville announced the new LED lighting system, I was like, hell yes.
Oh, yeah, I'm ready for it.
And then we got, I don't think we have IndyCar this weekend.
No.
I don't think
we don't have IndyCar until I think the 24th.
You know what? 21st.
Is it the 21st?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
So we have the Japanese Grand Prix, which is at Suzuka International Racing Course in Suzuka, Japan. It's a 53-lap race, and it will be live Sunday at 1 a.m. Eastern Time on ESPN. So the question is, the way Australian Grand Prix ended 2 weeks ago, George Russell on his side, Verstappen having mechanical issues.
Mm-hmm.
What will be the big outcome? The question is, what would be the big outcome for this weekend? Do we see another winner, or do we see Max Verstappen dominating it again?
Well, here's the thing. So the wins that Mad Max has got. Hey, there he is.
Yeah, I'm so sorry, guys. Keep going with your conversation. Don't
No,
mind.
you're good. Well, the same motor that blew for Max Verstappen, they're having to exchange that motor. So is that motor going to have the same speed as the one he had? So I mean, there's always that wild card.
So that does beg the question, because of the 10 teams that they have, the 10 teams and the 20 cars that they have, you can only change your engine so many times during the season. Because if you change your engine outside of the deadline, you can actually get penalized at least several driver points, and that lowers you down in the standings. So right now, your overall standings is Max Verstappen with 51 points over Charles Leclerc, who has 47 points, and then Sergio Perez in third with 46 points. Now, the question is, would that be the battle coming in to the final race of the year at Abu Dhabi? What I hated is how last year they gave Verstappen the championship with 3 races left in the season. I thought that was the dumbest thing ever. Wait until after the checker flag waves at the end of the season before you give your champion a champion, because it's like that. You're like, okay, so you just ruined the rest of the season. Give these drivers a chance to actually try and. Obviously, it was going to be hard for people to catch up with Max Verstappen last year.
Yeah,
but
still, what would have happened if Verstappen would have had issues for 2 of those races?
Exactly.
Somebody easily could have come up in points.
Correct. So I feel like that kind of screwed everybody in the butthole over that. But so Japan is, and then we have the Chinese Grand Prix right after that. So the Chinese Grand Prix will be April 21st, and then you have the Miami Grand Prix So the next 3 races is Japan, China, and then the Miami Grand Prix at Miami Dolphin Stadium.
Hard Rock.
Yeah, there you go.
And then you got, and we're just going to finish on our season since we still got 5 minutes remaining, and then we'll cover Ava Dobson series here in a minute. Then you have Imola, you have the Imola Grand Prix, the Monaco Grand Prix on Sunday, May 26th. That'll be at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. That is the day of the Indianapolis 500 and the Coca-Cola 600. That week we will have 4 spectacular episodes that week.
Looking forward to it.
Oh
And
yeah.
then we got the Canadian Grand Prix, the Spanish Grand Prix, the Austrian Grand Prix, the British Grand Prix, the Hungarian Grand Prix. We have the Belgium Grand Prix, July 28th, Dutch August 25th, Italian September 1st. All the way down on October 20th, our guy Don Allen's home track, I would consider that as the home track, the United States Grand Prix at Circuit of the Americas.
They usually fall in October, if I remember correctly.
It will be October 20th. Yes, sir. And then, hold the hell up. They are not in Abu Dhabi this year for the season finale. Hold up. What happened?
Where are they running the finale at?
The finale is going to be at the Qatar Grand Prix. Hold up. What happened to Abu Dhabi?
Okay.
Now I'm lost. What the hell?
We had mentioned that earlier in an earlier episode that they had added Qatar to
Their schedule.
their schedule. So I didn't know they made it
Abu Dhabi.
season finale.
I don't much care for that racetrack, to be honest.
Yeah, it's not the best one, but obviously they did it for a reason. So I guess we're going to learn something here.
What?
So I apologize for being late. I was hooked up on my laptop, and it just shows me backstage by myself, and I was sitting waiting, and then finally I was like, "Let me try."
You were too busy picking your nose.
Yeah, well, that's my favorite thing to do, but
Jim
still-
Harbaugh.
I still want to be on the podcast.
I know, I'm just joking. But I did reach out to Mid-Ohio, so I should hear back here soon.
Good deal, man.
Let's see.
Using Motor Racing Podcast as your credential official name.
It would be Motor Racing. But okay, Abu Dhabi is the last race of the season. It is December 8th. I wonder why it did not. I was wondering why it was not in my damn face. I was so freaking confused. But then you have on November 23rd the 2nd annual Las Vegas Grand Prix. Hopefully they do it better this year, considering how bad last year's went tearing up some cars. And this is also the first year, for the first time since 2019, the Chinese Grand Prix is back on the calendar.
And if I may elaborate on the Las Vegas Grand Prix last year, we gotta keep in mind as fans, as spectators, every first event comes with its hiccups, right? You don't want to
Yep.
judgment off of one year. There were so many people quick to jump to social media and just bash Formula One in Las Vegas, and it's like, guys, y'all gotta give it some time. Like, give them a couple years, let them get the quirks picked out. That's the trial and error. If they're not fixing stuff, and I'll use Bristol Dirt as a good example, but if they're not fixing stuff, then start chiming in and saying, hey, look, the product isn't that good. Are we either gonna bail on this or make it better?
Exactly.
To elaborate on Bristol Dirt, they had a horrendous first season where everybody's grills were getting caked up. And so
Right.
they made some changes the next year, and they were able to fix that issue.
So right now we have right now the USF Juniors, which is home to our girl Ava Dobson. Right now, Ava is currently sitting 18th in the after practice. Sebastian Weldon, the son of late Dan Weldon, first in car number 98, representing his father this season.
That's pretty cool. Good for him.
Yeah.
Where's his first?
And then he also dominated the testing session as well. And Ava was 15th in that testing session. The second testing session, Sebastian Weldon once again took first place in that. And then Ava was, where was she at? Looks like Ava was not in the second testing session. Yes, she was. She was 18th. So not bad. Not bad at all. So It's not bad. So they are supposed to tomorrow. So they will be racing. Oh, when is their? Let's see. So they are here. They got testing at Mid Ohio in a couple of weeks. Then they got Barber coming up. So currently, this is the current running order right now. Currently, Ava is currently 18th in the current running practice session. Where right now, she has ran 4 laps, and she's currently in lap number 1 as she has returned to the track. So, a lot going on right now. So, it's a busy day for her this weekend. And then you also got the USF Pros that's also racing at the exact same course. So then you have, and then USAC, forgot all about USAC Racing. USAC Racing is, let's see, where's USAC at this weekend? They're racing this weekend. Silver Crown. Let's see what we got. Aha! So they won't be racing. So the Silver Crown season kicks off at Toledo Speedway on April 20th. So that's cool. And let's see, what about... All right. So let's get to weekend predictions. All right, so this is the final segment of the show. Truck Series, I am going with... I am going to have to go with Corey Heim winning this weekend.
It's Heim time.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with you.
Yeah.
He's been really good on the short. I mean, in all 3 series, if we've noticed, Toyota has dominated short tracks. All
Sure.
3 series.
Correct.
So I mean, it's not. Corey Heim's already won 1 race this year. I'd say he gets a second win tonight.
Mm-hmm. All right, and then for the Xfinity Series, you know exactly who I'm going with. I'm going with Haley Deegan. I'm sticking with her this weekend. I think she can possibly maybe get a better finish than she has been. She just has to stay away from that traffic in the back. I mean, every week it's never her fault. So, but her Daytona crash, that was her fault because she did an ARCA break, which was completely retarded.
I might have to go with give me Sheldon Creed, man. I think that guy is overdue for an Xfinity win. He's got himself a Toyota, and like you were saying with the Toyotas at short tracks, the guy already knows how to finish well there. Now he's got a strong car to do it.
Oh yeah. Man, it's so hard to pick with all the the Xfinity Series has been so mixed up, but I think I'm gonna have to go with Jesse Love.
Yeah.
He's been so close. He had speed at Daytona, led a lot of laps. He was close at Coda, and I've got qualifying on right now, and I don't know if he's been out just yet or not. But so far, the Chevys are dominating in qualifying. So, yeah, I think I'm going to have to go with the Chevrolet and say that Jesse Love gets his first win at Martinsville tomorrow night.
Right on.
I can see that.
It's hard to bet against him. That kid's going to break through, and when he does, man, ooh, look out, Xfinity.
It's going to be like, no, I think he's going to end up being like Noah Gragson. Once Noah won his first race, they just started coming.
With a much more tolerable personality. Now, I will give respect where respect is due, and Noah has toned it down for about a year now. So I think he might be I think he's turning that page of, all right, I know I got talent. Got myself a race car. Let's go get some work done.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, and we got Cup Series. I'm going to go with Denny. Fuck it.
It's hard not to, man. I mean, Kevin, I don't mean to cut you. I'm sorry.
No, you're good, bro.
With the Toyotas, man, I was gonna say Denny at first, but Martin Truex Jr. is gonna have a he's suspended 2 races, isn't he?
Yep.
Never mind. So I will stick with maybe Christopher Bell, but I just think Denny's running hot right now. I think his confidence is at a different level ever since the Netflix special. So I think Denny's a pretty safe choice there.
I love the fact that y'all still running with the April Fool's gag. That's hilarious.
I'm going to go out on a limb here, and I'm going to say Ryan Blaney gets it done at Martinsville.
I could see that. I could see that.
They're bringing the same car that he won with in the fall. And so far, I guess they're hoping for speed, but Ryan has got this place figured out. He should have more wins at Martinsville than what he does.
Right.
Mhm.
So I think Ford gets their first win this Sunday, and it comes under the name of Ryan Blaney.
Is that a true prediction or is that a bold prediction?
I want to say both,
Okay.
but
I like it.
but I mean, what's the gamble? Ford's they ran really well. They had 5 or 6 in the top 15 last week.
Right.
So something's getting figured out, and Ryan with this new car has got something, particularly at Martinsville. He's got a trick that nobody else knows.
Right.
Mhm.
So I think that puts him out front, and that gets him a win Sunday.
I like it.
All right. And then for F1, I'm just going to go ahead and go with Mad Max. I mean, there's no stopping him. There's no stopping him. So I'm just going to go with Mad Max.
I'm going to have to stick with my boy Lewis Hamilton, man. I got to back him and Team Mercedes. We've had issues all season long, but going to Japan, Lewis is pretty comfortable. He said he's pretty comfortable in Japan, and he says it's one of his best tracks. So that's who I'm going to have to stick with. I think an underdog gets it done this weekend.
Would it be too bold to go with Sergio and those boys?
Hey, it's possible. Anything's possible. It is F1, so.
Oh, yeah.
I'll stretch it out a little bit and roll with him this weekend.
Yeah. All right. With the minute we have left, I'm going with this weekend's race for Nola for the USF Juniors. I'm either going to, as much as I want to support our girl Ava Dobbs, I'm going to continue to support her. But I think Sebastian Weldon will take races 1, 2. We're going to fix races 1, 2, and 3 this weekend. Have like a sweep, but I could be wrong. I could be very, very wrong. Let's see what I had it put up. So the live timing. So here is the weekend. So tomorrow morning at 8 to 8:20 is the first qualifying round, which is Group 1. 8:25 to 8:45 is Group 2. The first race is at 12:20, with the second race being at 11:45 a.m. on Sunday, and then the third and final race 4 p.m. on Sunday as well. So we gotta hope Ava Dobson can pull it out. And shout out to Everett, who is from our group, who is out there in New Orleans working with all the tires for Continental.
Nice, right on.
And getting Ava's tires prepared for this race weekend.
Hell yeah.
But once I find out information in regards to Mid-Ohio, I will let you know, Kevin. And don't forget to donate to the Joey Logano Foundation, the Kyle Busch Foundation for IVF of Samantha Bush, and the NASCAR Foundation until next Wednesday. Because remember, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday next week.
All right.
This is Motor Racing Podcast, signing off.